Well, I'm here to talk about two of the greatest things that I was looking forward to this weekend. One was DOGEcoin going to the moon with Elon Musk on Saturday Night Live, which happened on Sunday morning in India. And two, Resident Evil's latest game, Resident Evil Village, and playing that on the PlayStation 5 courtesy of Games the Shop. Well, both were a tad bit disappointing. Here's why.
Coming in Josh, in the party, coming in Josh, in the party.
Okay, let's get crypto out of the way. DOGEcoin was supposed to go to $1 per coin today because of Elon Musk's push on Saturday Night Live. However, people got greedy and started shorting it, which means selling it at 0.70, and then the price just fell to 0.48 right now. So that's a little disappointing, but it still did go from a coin which was 0.1 to all the way 0.7, which is a big enough deal for that. Second, Resident Evil Village. Now let's talk about this. This game hyped us up for the last 1 year almost, especially with the PS5 coming. And there's this one very beautiful hot villain that you have to look forward to. Lady Lucina Dimitrescu, or Lady Dimitrescu as we know her as. She's like this giantess, 9 feet tall, and she has 3 daughters who are bugs immaterialized and they appear out of nowhere. Well, that's all great, and she was really hyped. But she was barely there for the first few hours. Can you imagine my disappointment when I realized that I killed Lady Dimitrescu? I was sad. I was like, I want to play with you till the end. Where are your daughters? Why are they dead? Well, but she was dead, and then we were left with Benevento, who's a creepy doll maker. There is Moru, who's like this fish thing with solid insecurity issues. And then there is Heisenberg, who's like Magneto in Resident Evil. And there's Mother Miranda, who's at the top of it all. I mean, I knew Mother Miranda was the main baddie, but I really thought Dimitrescu would not be one of the first baddies you get rid of. But she was. Enough of that disappointment. Let's talk about Ethan Winters, Mia Winters, and Rose Winters. Rose Winters is that child. You're following Ethan and Mia's story after Resident Evil 7. Resident Evil 7, for those of you who played it, had 2 endings, of which only one was canon. Which basically means in one story, Mia dies, in one story, Mia lives. The only one that is counted canon is the one that Mia lives, and then Ethan and Mia get together and have a child called Rose Winters. That's all fine. And then the game starts, and then one of them dies and 2 of them get kidnapped. And you're just like, okay, we went through an entire game of 7 trying to get this through, and now they're just dead at the very beginning. But there is a reason for it, because all things happen for a reason in Resident Evil, and let's just say that the story of this Resident Evil Village is actually a lot of fun. It's not as convoluted as some of the other stories. It's pretty straightforward and linear. It in fact had a very good plot twist in the end, which throws back to Resident Evil 7 and makes a lot of sense of a question that I kept thinking throughout the game, like how? How's he? How's he alive still? How's he not dead? How's he here? How's he there? How's his hand still not bleeding to death? Oh, it's a video game. But then there is an explanation to all of that, so yay. When it comes down to the Duke, who's your weapon seller, who's your dealer, he does some great throwbacks to the dealer from Resident Evil 4 when he's like, what do you want to buy? And it's special because this game is actually half Resident Evil 4, half Resident Evil 7. And by that I mean in terms of the treatment and style. It's spooky and it's fast and action-packed. So it's got a great balance of both, where you're not stuck at which game am I playing? Is this survival horror, or is this just horror? Is this just an action Call of Duty kind of game? It becomes like that towards the end when you're a little overpowered and you have everything, but that's towards the end. Through the game, I've had a million jump scares. I was playing it on my home theater. The sound design was great. The texture and the detailing in the game looks great. The metal looks like metal. The wood looks like wood. People look like people. I was very, very impressed with how good the game was looking. Besides that, I played it on the PlayStation 5, and this is obviously its highlight, the DualSense controller. And damn, this did not disappoint. It was beautiful. The triggers gave haptic feedback. Like right now, it's so easy to press, but every different gun that I picked up, aiming and shooting felt different. And that, I mean, it's not even a first-party Sony game, so I was pretty impressed with the implementation that Capcom managed to get in there. Um, I did have another small complaint. The end was a little bit too dragged out for my liking. While I got through the initial baddies of Dimitrescu, Beneviento, Moro, pretty fast. Heisenberg and Mother Miranda take a while and they really test your patience. At least they tested my patience. Or maybe it was because I stayed up all night and played the game. I don't know. But whatever it is, the end felt a little bit dragged out, but the reward and the story that you unlocked was pretty rewarding. So, fine. Do I recommend Resident Evil Village to you? Hell yes. Please, if you are a fan of Resident Evil games, if you like survival horror, if you like getting scared shitless in the middle of the night while playing by yourself, this game is for you. So please, go get the game if you like it. And if you're a fan of the Resident Evil franchise, I don't even need to say, the story somehow is still making sense after 8 games. And there's new characters now. This is actually fun. I enjoyed it. I'm just going to stop it at that. And thank you, Elon Musk, for taking Doggy as close to the moon. I'm sure you're not done yet, but that was a great, valiant effort there. Also, happy Mother's Day, if this comes out today.
Comme un ninja, ja, 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 in a party comme un ninja.